wait till it's too late. Don't wait till it's too late.
Don't wait until it's too late.
Speaking of power and what we need to do at the state level, next speaker is the man who brought the CCA law to the state of California that allows Marin Clean Energy to offer an alternative to PG&E, who have a monopoly right now. But in this county, we are the forefront of allowing us to have a choice. And he is working with the city of San Francisco. He and his partner, Julia Peters, live in Marshall, and we're fortunate to have them here in Marin, helping this county move forward to get on renewables like we've never seen before. Without further ado, Paul Fenn.
The issue of localization, there are a lot of challenges to it. And the big one is going to be NIMBYism in this county. We've got a big opportunity. I mean, it's not just big, it's really historic. A 100-year opportunity for Marin to physically transform its energy supply. In the next, really the political decision is going to happen in the next 6 months. It's halfway through being made by the Marin Energy Authority, formed by the county and all the cities in the county. They have chosen their wholesale supplier, and now in November they're going to hold hearings on localization. That is, what should they do? What does localization mean? It means windmills that you see. It doesn't mean a wind farm, hopefully necessarily in my view, but windmills in different places. Very difficult to permit windmills, and so I'm really glad to hear from Supervisor Kinsey that there's action on that to try to get the county ready for some change. Change is hard. If you think back, I like to remind people that before petroleum, we think of petroleum as a dirty resource. Well, we used to light our homes with whale oil, and if you compare the ecology of lighting your home with a whale's fat, petroleum looks pretty good. And right before that, we cut down all the forests in Europe. And so we deforested Europe, then we went to the whales, then we went to petroleum. Now we're on natural gas and nuclear power. Not so bad if you put it in perspective. So now the transition to renewables and to demand technology, often neglected, so-called smart grid technology, is in some ways a more profound transition because it involves essentially the elimination of a business. Something I like to remind people is the idea that you could stop climate change or get to 350 without harming the energy industry is a bit like saying you're going to stop smoking without harming the tobacco industry. It's rather silly because cancer is caused by the actual burning of tobacco. Climate change is caused by the burning of fuel. If you stop burning the fuel, then you're not selling the fuel. If you're not selling the fuel, you're out of business. So there is a major economic factor at play within climate change, which is often, I think, profoundly neglected, which is the coal industry, the gas industry, the petroleum industry, the electric industry are stopping action on climate change. Now, how in California are they stopping? You just heard about the community choice movement Megan was talking about at the beginning in Marin. Marin's now essentially the leader. Marin, San Francisco, and California are the leaders. I'm happy to say that San Francisco just completed its request for proposals. We just finished it last week. It's going out next week. The Board of Supervisors will approve it for issuance. So Marin and San Francisco are both headed toward an effort by the supervisors, by the city councilors of this county to substantially change the energy supply toward localization, toward renewables. Not just a marginal thing with a few solar panels, but the discussion is 51% renewable. Okay, that's the target set by Marin Energy Authority. It's hard to understand just how big a change that is for the industry. There never has been a transition that dramatic within any region in the world, setting that kind of standard for change. PG&E has recently announced that it has funded a referendum, a constitutional amendment, which will be on the ballot next June. They've put up $3 million, and they have paid signature gatherers in the last 2 months to collect 1 million signatures, which they've just completed. They will be on the ballot. It's called the Taxpayers' Right to Vote Act. They will play it as a kind of faux populism of taxpayers who want to stop their governments from wasteful efforts to change the energy supply. They'll say that the voters have a right to approve these initiatives, that local city councils shouldn't have the authority on a straight majority vote to decide what to do with energy. If it interferes with their business, they should go to 2/3 approval. you all, if you read the paper, you must be aware of what the 2/3 approval requirement has done to the state of California. It has effectively bankrupted, destroyed its ability to govern. Okay? That's what we're looking at in June. Much in the same way that the oil industry has protected its interests against in the climate debate. The coal industry has published misinformation. They've created academic seats at major universities for professors to deny climate change and the industrial causes of climate change for decades. PG&E now is moving very aggressively to stop this, and you should all know that and be aware when you see it on the street, that's what it is. They won't come out and say this is PG&E stopping your local green campaign. They'll come out and say these are taxpayers protecting their right to vote. It's very Orwellian, and please try to get the word out, because they're saying they're going to spend between $30 and $100 million to pass this constitutional amendment next June. That's more than I think the last big U.S. Senate fight, Dianne Feinstein, was $30 million. So PG&E is going to triple that budget to stop Marin in San Francisco and other communities from going green. A little negative note, it's big news actually, and I hope you will get the word out. It probably uses up my time, so thanks very much.